Hi guys, hope you're doing good, and today I'm going to be doing a response to one of my new mates on YouTube, Kris at Sabre. He did a video all about his guitar heroes, and that's basically what I'm doing today. I'm going to do a response talking about my guitar heroes. This is also the first video I've done in about a month nearly now. Coming back to making videos now. I've had my break, feeling a bit more refreshed, recharged, ready to go. Although feeling a bit rusty for this video, but we'll get there. Got everything ready now for the release of my second EP, and that will be coming out at the end of this month. And also just one little thing as well, that this video is going to be my 250th video on YouTube, so I thought it would be a really cool way of sort of celebrating that and doing a video that ties in with a video that one of the guys in the VC has done, and talking about my guitar heroes as well. I think that it sort of ties in really well. And yeah, the list that I've gone for is guitarists that has inspired me the most with my own playing style, both riffs and solos. This might not be my outright top guitarist list of all time, but this is just a list compiled of the guitarists that helped me most and basically helped my guitar playing grow to what it is today. So yeah, I'll leave a link to Kris's video so you can go check it out. I'm aiming not to be as long as Kris. Kris was about 40 minutes with this video, so yeah, I'm going to try and get it less than half of that, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, if you're new and you're not subscribed, please subscribe for more guitar and rock and metal style music content. Please share with anyone who you think might like my content, and thanks everyone for all the support and the new subscribers that I gained over my break. And now let's just get straight into it. As for my list, I've got 15 names, but because some of them are in the same band, I've sort of put them together so it kind of counts as two. So there's technically, I've got a list of 12, but in a roundabout way it's also 15 at the same time. So coming in at number 12, I've got YouTuber guitarist Tyler Larson, and his YouTube name is Music Is Win. Now, quite a lot of people will probably be a bit confused about this, but you got to remember, I'm from a generation where YouTuber guitarists were pretty big when I was coming in learning guitar, and there was quite a few. You know, there was Stevie T and Jared Dines I remember watching, but Tyler sort of stood out more because he did more like guitar theory, music theory, almost like guitar teaching. He's got a whole website where he teaches guitar, and I remember learning a lot from him around sort of 2019, 2020 sort of time. I just used to watch a lot of his videos, and I got a lot of inspiration from him, including making a video of his on my channel ages ago, years ago now, and that really inspired me as well. Also, just to note, after watching people like him, that really set the bar high for me. I was thinking like, oh wow, if you have to, you know, to be good on YouTube, you have to be at that level. So I definitely went up a level by watching videos like his and other guitar YouTubers as well. So yeah, back then they were a massive inspiration to me. At number 11, I've got Gary Holt from Exodus and Slayer. And yeah, I started listening to Exodus when I was about 17, and especially the Fabulous Disaster album, and that album especially inspired me a lot, got me into a lot more thrash metal. And also Gary Holt's solo style is one that I just really enjoy, especially like on the later albums. His whammy control is just awesome, and that's something that really inspired me to want to learn how to do his crazy whammy dives and stuff like that. So yeah, Gary Holt had to make this list because he's an awesome guitarist as well, really underrated. Just making the top 10 in 10th, I've got Jimi Hendrix, and yeah, this is a given. When I first heard Hendrix, when I was just on the cusp of learning guitar, and he absolutely blew me away with the stuff that he was doing on guitar. So innovative, you know, so unique, and yeah, as a lefty as well, big inspiration. Stuff that he was doing on guitar, I could only dream of doing. But now, you know, I've learned a lot of Hendrix stuff since then, and I can feel like there's a little bit of Hendrix in my playing, even still today. Coming in at number 9, I've got Dimebag Darrell of Pantera, and yeah, Dimebag is a massive inspiration, I know, for a lot of guitarists past like the 90s, 2000s. And yeah, it's the same for me. Just an unbelievably talented guitar player. His riffs, he can write some really heavy riffs, but also he was a really good songwriter as well. Constructed some of the best songs of all time, some of the best metal songs of all time. And yeah, his guitar solos are just incredible. You know, Dominations comes to mind straight away. Floods is just an unbelievable guitar solo. Walk as well, really cool, innovative solo. And yeah, it's just an unbelievable guitarist. Big inspiration as well, like all these are. Coming in joint 9th, I've got Jeff Hanneman and Kerry King of Slayer. And yeah, this is more on the riff side. To say that you're inspired solo-wise by Jeff Hanneman and Kerry King, I think is a bit weird because, you know, crazy weird solos that they do. But yeah, their riff writing was so savage and so aggressive. That's what I really liked about Slayer, especially Slayer throughout their whole career. Really, they've always had that aggression. They've always had that ferocity, that extremeness, and yeah, they definitely helped me get more into like death metal and stuff like that. But from a guitar standpoint, those evil sounding riffs that they wrote, especially on Rain in Blood, were really inspiring to me, and that's why they're on this list. In joint 8th, I've got Matt Heafy and Corey Bellew of Trivium, and you just knew that Trivium was going to be here. There's no way that Trivium was not going to be here. Again, like the first time I heard Matt and Corey riffing was the Shogun album, and I was absolutely blown away by what they were doing on the guitar. Sweep picking, shredding, riffs as well. They've got so many awesome riffs between them. They've, you know, the whole Trivium catalogue is pretty much written by them two, and it's just fantastic. They're brilliant songwriters, excellent guitarists, really good soloists as well. I think Matt used to try more back in them days. I'm not saying that he doesn't try anymore, but Corey still just absolutely sweeping up a storm with his solos. Unbelievable. So really, you know, they sort of helped me get more into the extreme stuff as well, but slightly on a different level, because the influence that they have is more from a black metal, melodic death metal sort of side, and that definitely helped me get into that kind of stuff as well. And yeah, just the musicianship from them two is just top tier, and again, very underrated guitar players because they are both as good as each other. Number 7, I've got Gary Moore, and to be honest, I was thinking he might have been higher up than this, but because there's so many other guitarists that have inspired me massively as well. But still, Gary Moore has always been credited as a guitarist, and I think that is the best way to describe Gary Moore. He's got everything, that guy. He could do almost anything. You could give him, like any kind of genre, and he'd do a really good job of it. He was that kind of guitarist, and that inspired me as well to sort of learn almost a little bit of all sorts of different styles and incorporate it into my playing. But also Gary Moore's like pure feel for his guitar solos, especially like Parisian Walkways and Still Got the Blues, like that inspired me a lot. Those guitar solos, especially the live versions, are unbelievable. Some of the best guitar solos you'll ever hear. And also his blues playing was a big influence for me when I was learning blues stuff. That really helped me out a lot. And yeah, Gary Moore is a guitar player that I rate so high, and I'm gutted that I've never had a chance to see him live. Number 6, I've got Marty Friedman, and I've kind of gone ex-Megadeth / solo stuff for Marty because the first time I heard him was on Rust in Peace, and he absolutely floored me with some of the guitar solos that he was doing on that. So I had to check through his other catalogue and found Cacophony, and that stuff with Jason Becker is just incredible guitar playing at the highest standard, and they were in their teens at the time, and my god, they were better in their teens than I ever will be, to be honest. But his influence and style always intrigued me because he had so many different elements in his solos. He had like a Middle Eastern style mixed with like a bluesy style, and I always thought that was really cool. And also a neoclassical style as well. And even his solo stuff is just fantastic as well. And yeah, just influenced my playing and broadened my horizons of guitar playing massively. Now on to the top 5, and in 5th I've got Randy Rhoads of Ozzy, and again another one where I heard Blizzard of Oz and was just blown away by the guy's playing. That neoclassical style that he had mixed with like classic rock and early heavy metal, just fantastic combination. Brilliant guitar player in his own right, one of the best of all time, and he probably would have been even better had he lived past 24. And yeah, his classical style had a big impact on me, because after then I started like learning a bit more classical guitar and appreciating classical music a lot more. Yeah, just a fantastic guitar player, a bit before his time as well. Yeah, the solos, Mr. Crowley and Crazy Train and Flying High Again, I Don't Know as well. It's just fantastic. Just a brilliant guitar player, and one that I can definitely hear a little bit of him in me, as well as most of the other guitarists on this list really. At number 4 I've got Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and I could have put him and Friedman together, but I wanted to separate Friedman's solo stuff with Dave for Megadeth. And yeah, Dave's just a, you can say what you like about him, like off the stage, but like his guitar, he's a fantastic guitarist, brilliant songwriter, vocalist, don't know, but yeah, another one where his guitar solos on Rust in Peace and Peace Sells especially are stunning. They are stunning. The riffs, the songwriting as well. you know, on them early albums, even on some of the later ones as well. You know, Megadeth might not have been the most consistent band, but Dave has always been a great guitar player, and another one that influenced my style, especially riff-wise and solo-wise as well. Just awesome guitar player. And number 3, another one who you think probably will be here, Joe Satriani. Just had to be. Like, the minute I listened to him, my life changed. My whole aspect on music changed from listening to like one song and wanting to learn one song. It's hard to describe the level of influence that he's had on my playing. Like throughout my even like my improv solos, but also the whole Warrior project, including the second part, what isn't quite fully out yet. You know, solo wise, there's shades of Satriani all over my lead playing. I'd say probably more than the majority of the people that I've mentioned so far. And you know, that's just because I love his style so much. I love his solo style. His songwriting is so unique and innovative and different. He includes so many different styles. You know, there's a bit of blues, there's a bit of jazz, there's a bit of funk, there's a bit of hard rock, a bit of heavy metal. You know, a bit of all sorts in his music, and he just puts it all together with these innovative techniques. And you know, the amount of techniques that guy knows, he's probably forgot more techniques than I'll ever know. He is unbelievable. And yeah, solo wise, probably one of, if not the biggest influence on my guitar playing. And lastly, at Joint First, I may have given them a little bit of slack over the last couple of months with their new album, but they still are, and probably always will be, my biggest influences ever for guitar, and that is James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett of Metallica. You know, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this video right now if it wasn't for them and Master of Puppets. Listening to that for the first time ever, the first actual music I ever got into and liked was Battery and Master of Puppets, the first 2 songs off Master of Puppets. You know, it's just, without that, I probably wouldn't be into music, or it would have took me a lot longer to get into it and want to learn guitar as well. Listening to those first 4 Metallica albums, listening to James's riffs and Kirk's solos, that was it. I wanted to play just like them, and there is a lot of like James Hetfield riffs in my guitar playing. It's all sort of, you know, when you break it all down, especially D.I.E, the song D.I.E, that is like half a Metallica song really, you could say. And yeah, especially his down picking technique was pretty big as well, because I used to down pick a lot. I've sort of learnt to alternate pick a bit more now, but like for the most part when I was younger, I used to down pick so much like James, and I still do. It's still my preferred way of picking, doing metal guitar especially. And then onto Kirk's guitar solos. Like, you can say what you want about them now, but back in the 80s, the first 4 albums, the guitar solos were unbelievable, really innovative, fast, you know, bluesy at heart really, but still it just had some edge to them and some ferocity, especially D.I.E solos, just mad. The Ride the Lightning guitar solo is one of the best solos ever, I think. It's just fantastic. 4 Horsemen guitar solo as well, Master of Puppets solo, 1 guitar solo as well, classic. So many classic guitar solos from Kirk in his catalogue, and yeah, solo wise, Kirk inspired me the most. Riff wise, James Hetfield inspired me the most. So they are rightfully number 1 and number 2 on my list. So that was it for my Guitar Heroes list. I hope you liked the list that I come up with. And what would your list be? Whether you're a guitar player or not. You know, if you've got a list of favourite guitarists, let me know in the comments. And yeah, if you play guitar, what's your biggest influences for playing guitar? Thanks to Kris for making this video idea and for inspiring me to make my own. As I said, go and check out his video in the description below. And if you got this far, thanks ever so much for watching. Got lots more content coming out in the next few weeks. And yeah, cheers for watching, and until the next time, keep it metal and keep shredding.